Hey guys, real quick before we start this video, I'll put the product information in the description box below for where the wine racks came from. And stay tuned till the end. We've got some pretty funny bloopers that we managed to collect for you from the first time I tried to do this video. Thanks. Hello everyone and welcome to our latest vlog. Guess what? The hat is gone finally, and I'm really excited about that because it was starting to get really hot under there. So today I'm going to be talking to you about all things DIY wine cellar. If you've been following me for a while on Instagram, you know we are huge wine fans in this house, and we completed a project earlier this year where we transformed a storage closet that we weren't using into a wine cellar. So I'm going to share all the details with you on that, and hopefully you can find some inspiration to do something different in your home in a space that maybe you aren't using to its fullest capacity. So let's get started. A little bit of background about the cellar. Like I said before, this was a space in the house that we were using as a storage closet. It's located underneath my stairs, and we had a problem that we didn't have anywhere to store the majority of the wine that we had. So I decided that we would convert this space into a cellar. A little bit of info on cellars. There are basically two different types of cellars that you could have in your home. You can have what's called a passive cellar or a cooled cellar. In this instance, it's a passive cellar, and all that means is that it's not temperature controlled. And if you are looking to install a passive cellar in your home, you want to consider location. That's important. You want to try to find a space that's dark and stays cool. So we keep our house pretty cool all year long, so underneath the staircase was a perfect place for a passive cellar. And as a general rule of thumb, the way I decide what wine goes where, because we also have a cooled cellar, it's just a wine fridge. Basically, if it's out on the floor at your wine store, like I shop at Total Wines, then it's okay to be in my cellar here. If they have a bottle that's in their cooled area, or if you're calling your sommelier to ask a question about a bottle of wine, you're probably spending a lot of money on it. You probably don't want to store it here just to be on the safe side, okay? So that's the difference between the cellars, passive cellar and cooled cellar. So today we're going to talk about my passive cellar. So you can really convert your closet in just a few easy steps, and I'm going to tell you what I did to convert mine. Basically, you find your location, a spot that's going to, again, be cool and dark, and then you decide how much space you have, and then you find your inspiration and you go from there. So I'm going to show you some before pictures of what our closet looked like. I'll show you basically a tour now. I'm going to have to step out of range so that I can actually show you what's going on in the closet. I am going to hold this camera as steady for you as possible while I give you the tour. The first thing that I did was design my door. This door is something that I thought would be perfect in this space. I wanted something that was going to be appealing to the eye, but really pull in what was going on in here. So I found a welder in Orlando. Try to focus this for you. There we go. So he really did a great job with the details, with the grapes and the vines and the leaves and the handles. He put a little lock on there for me in the event that we needed to use it. And so he custom did the door for me, and he really did a great job. Now I will say, sorry about that, that this probably was the splurge on the project. I wanted to try to keep this project under $1,000, and we came pretty close. The door ran me around 500 bucks, but well worth it, because anytime it's custom, that's going to add value to your home and look absolutely beautiful. So now we will take a step inside and I'll show you what I did in here. It's a tight space to try to share with you to get the full shot, so I'm gonna stand back as far as I can and show you what was going on. So like I said, the closet is located underneath my staircase, so you see the slant there. And the first thing that I did was decide on the square footage, get that all measured out so that I could go get the tile. I wanted like an exposed brick look, but I couldn't really find what I was looking for, and the red was all too dark. So I went with this tile that looked like brick. It's all individual pieces. And I think we found this for a couple bucks a square foot at Tile Outlets of America. And that's what that looked like. And the next thing that I did was decided to paint the walls a chalk paint. And the idea behind that was that, you know, if we ever wanted to write a special date next to a bottle or something like that, we could. I haven't really done it yet, but I really like the way that it turned out. And then finally, in my original design, I had actually planned for this closet to have crates that extended outward this way, but it created a problem for buttons to be able to actually walk in there and fit. So I had to redesign to use a metal storage system and have the wine displayed on the wall. I'm kind of embarrassed that the Cellar's is empty right now, but I basically go to the wine store once a month. So anyway, you see that? They're a really cool company to work with because they help you customize your space. So you call with questions and they'll help you figure out how tall they need to be. They're really easy to install. We got that done in a day. So I went with, I believe it was 5 foot, 4 foot, and then 3 foot. I actually had more space in the back, but I erred on the side of caution there because I just wasn't sure, and I think I'm going to leave it like that. And then on the other side, there's some 4 foot and 3 foot racks. So we can fit a total of, I believe it's 4 or 5 cases of wine in this space. The last thing I did was install track lighting, which you can see there, so that if I ever needed to move it to see the bottles better, I could. Now, I don't recommend leaving that on when you're not actively looking for wine because you don't want to heat your bottles up too much. So that's basically it, guys. Very easy project to do. We got this knocked out. It was a little under a week. We just had to wait on more tile, but it's very easy to do and something that we enjoy very much. So I hope you found this helpful. Like I said, I had a budget of about $1,000. My door blew the budget, but it was worth it. So we ended up spending about $1,300 on this project to have a space that we use all the time and we enjoy. So leave your comments below. Hopefully I answered all your questions. If I didn't, leave them below and I will try to address everything. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe. We're gonna have a lot more fun things coming up, especially for the holidays. Thanks for joining.
At the millionaire house, it's always cool. We're living a life where happiness rules. Call us the G-Force and we hope that you will stay for weekly life updates to inspire in some way. Up first there's Phil, we call him Ben Buttons. Check him out at the gym where he's always cutting. Then of course there's Mel, the millionaire, the COO of the fam who styles a home with flair. The prima super busy with the dance on the daily, and the twins are always up to something fun and crazy. It's not all
be quiet.
We always work it out. Teach your family rules. Love is what it's all about. Hey.
I don't remember what I was supposed to say. So if I go into total and it's out on the floor, it's probably going to be okay to post. I'm sorry. And another thing about Vintage View, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way, they were just really cool and helpful to work with. They will support you from the start of your product. Are you recording? Mm-hmm.
at the millionaire